Good morning. It's 4:45, and we find thunderstorm threats today, northern Minnesota. A line of potentially very strong, cooked up, heated up thunderstorms working their way across northern Minnesota later today. Tomorrow, much of the western half has a slight opportunity for some shower thunderstorm activity. A slight opportunity. Again, nothing, no widespread severe thunderstorms expected. We start in the 60s, closer to 70 in parts of the valley, and by midday we'll be in mid-morning we'll be in the mid-70s. By 2 o'clock we should get to the 90s for much of eastern North Dakota, pushing 90 across northern Minnesota. Keep an eye on southeastern Manitoba. By 4 o'clock this afternoon, some isolated and potentially very strong thunderstorms are going to get cooked up there, and they will slide into northwestern Minnesota. Not a wall, of thunderstorms, but late afternoon into the evening, yes, 93 in Fargo, 94 Devils Lake and Grand Forks, and 88 Fergus Falls, 87 Detroit Lakes. That line of thunderstorms will kind of coalesce, come together, and work its way southward across northwest Minnesota into the evening. And by the 10 o'clock news, will work its way into the I-94 corridor. Looks like late overnight, we could still be dealing with some strong thunderstorms in central Minnesota. Early tomorrow, temperatures very similar to this morning, in the upper 60s to about 70. After that, little one opportunity for rain goes through on the Minnesota side. We get right back to sunshine and heat tomorrow. Not much wind, a lot of sunshine and some low 90s. They call it the dog days of summer. How does Friday look? Pretty dry, very limited potential for any rain Friday. Saturday, though, late in the day, a system will come through, and we'll see relief after Saturday. But between now and Saturday, got to keep the air conditioners pretty handy. Take care of pets and livestock. They'll do okay if they have shade and adequate amounts of water. Western parts of Kansas, some isolated, what do you call, garden variety thunderstorms out there around Garden City. And northern half of Arizona, monsoonal moisture working its way northward up into the west side of the ridge there in the Rockies. In fact, all of the weather systems in the western half of the U.S. are working their way northward. Little indication that the heat in the Pacific and the Caribbean is working its way, continuing to push its way northward. There's a line of storms along the Gulf Coast and along the Atlantic seaboard. Here's a check of our grown degree days. Numbers are ticking up. We picked up about 30 in the last couple of days, and over the next 3 to 5 days, we're going to pick up a lot of growing degree days. Of course, they don't add up past 80. When a temperature goes above 85, it doesn't help. Winds are out of the south now, 63 Fergus, 64 Detroit Lakes, Fargo at 68, 72 in Devils Lake at the airport. At the Endon system, it's 66 there. And a lot of low to mid-60s in northwestern Minnesota. Thanks to the great hummingbird picture, we have a mostly sunny and hot day on the way and a high heat index. We also have evening and overnight storms. The heat sticks around into the weekend. Yes, could fry an egg on the sidewalk, maybe, huh? And although Sunday will be hot, it'll be less hot. All right, it's 10 before 5. How are the markets looking? John Heinberg joins us after the break.